What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ben's Garage. Gonna film a little driving vlog on my way home from my 9 to 5 because everybody's got to work, right? So we've got about a 30-minute drive ahead of us. Unfortunately, I do not work close to home anymore, but that's all right because you get to listen to my beautiful voice. What if I talked like this in all of my vlogs? Anyway, I'll spare you the entertainment and just talk in a very monotone voice. So we are in my 2006 BMW 330i, 6-speed manual transmission, 3-liter inline 6, the N52K motor, if you're familiar with the BMW e90 generation. I was not when I purchased this car, hence the reason I've got a naturally aspirated 6-cylinder BMW. I was unaware of the BMW 335i when I purchased this, which is, if you're not familiar with BMWs, the twin-turbo inline 6 that I believe comes with north of 300 and something horsepower from the factory. This one, on the other hand, is only about 250. So while it's not a slouch, especially with the 6-speed manual, it really feels like it's got some pickup. But it's no comparison to my old car, which was the Evo. I know I haven't made a thorough review on this car or anything like that yet. I just haven't had the time. Working a normal job. We just bought a house, so we've got a ton of home stuff to do now, and I don't even vlog with my family channel anymore because there's just no time to edit the videos. I can vlog all day, but to sit down and edit, that's the problem. So I figure I'll make an almost one-take car vlog while driving home. Now, we're early on in the video and I won't talk for 30 minutes straight unless I find something super interesting to talk about. Hopefully this vlog is 7 to 10 minutes. It can be shorter, but I'm sure when you guys are listening to this, you already know the length, and so do I, because I am editing it in the future. Anyway, this is my 2006 BMW 330i. Currently, we're sitting at 137,000 miles on this thing. All original, all stock, super cleaned, adult owned its entire life, which is awesome. Ever since I bought this car, I hyper researched it so that I would know all about it in order to fix it. So I quickly learned that BMWs are owned by douchebags. At least that's what the world thinks, or anybody who doesn't own a BMW. Especially when they see, like, other drivers see a younger kid driving it. I know I'm not young, I'm 30 years old. I'm not young by any means anymore. I'm a dad. I got 2 kids. So, yeah. I'm not a douchebag either. At least I don't think so. I hope I don't come off to be one. I don't think I have. You guys are the judge. Well, anybody who knows me in person. But that is the image that BMWs get, I guess. And I guess we don't use our turn signal, but I do use my turn signal, so none of the stereotypes work for me. Yep. Anyway, 137,000 miles. It's been pretty much problem-free up until just recently. I bought it with 134,000 miles. Just recently, I had to change the ignition coils and spark plugs, which I guess, after hyper researching, is a common problem with the BMWs, the e90 generation or the N52, N54 motor. In addition to the ignition coils, I just had a rear shock blowout like a month ago, and I replaced it with a Bilstein or Bilstein, however you want to talk about it, however you want to call it, OE replacement. So I've got the sport suspension on this thing with the 18-inch wheels, so it rides a little stiffer than your normal 330, I guess. I've never driven any other BMW except for this one, so I wouldn't really know, but I went, instead of, I guess, like the normal replacement is the manufacturer by the name of Sachs. They make a really quality original equipment replacement part. Instead of going with them, I went for Bilstein because that's what comes on Evos, and I know it's good quality parts, plus it's German. So is Sachs. That's besides the point. The BMW is German or Bavarian. Yeah, rear shocks, ignition coil, spark plugs. So what's next? Everybody says that these things are notorious for a bunch of issues, but what car isn't? I mean, when it really comes down to it, there is no car on the road today that is 100% problem free. Every car has its quirks and issues, common issues. So I guess all of my friends anyway down here are telling me, oh, did you check the valve cover gasket or the oil pan gasket or the oil filter gasket? Supposedly all of those are common points for leaks to occur. Fortunately for me, I have none of those issues. Now, during the ignition coil replacement, I was really in there, all up in the valve cover, obviously. And it looks like my valve cover gasket was replaced before. You know, I can't be for sure because I don't have any service history on this car, which a lot of experienced BMW buyers would say is a no-no. Like, don't purchase a used vehicle, especially a BMW, without the service records. But I mean, my Evo is the only other car that I've ever purchased used that came with a full service history because I bought it from the original owner, so he kept everything. And I passed that down to the buyer who bought it from me, so now he's got the full service history of the Evo. This car, however, did not have any of that. I Carfaxed it. I had a friend Carfax it for me, and I was able to see the whole life of the car. Pretty normal, no issues on the title, no accidents. It's been a great car in that sense. So yeah, I mean, either all of the common issues have already been fixed because of its high mileage, or I just got a lucky car. Hopefully it's the first option. We can talk about the tires on the car. Like I said, I've got the 18-inch sport wheels. I believe they're like style 162s, and they're offset, so the fronts have a Michelin tire on it. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but they are like 235s by 35 18, and my rear tires are massive. I think they're 255 by 45 18, so there's a lot of meat in the back. The car is rear wheel drive. I didn't get the X drive, which is another common issue I heard, or it complicates maintenance work on the BMW if you have the X drive system. Just kind of reiterating everything that was told to me by some very knowledgeable friends, and somebody in particular who works on BMWs in his everyday life. I mean, that's what he's going to school for, is become a BMW tech. So he let me know all of the common maintenance items. Well, what was I talking about? So I've got offset wheels, 18-inch all around, same width, same tires, or same rim, but the tires are different. It gives it a very sporty look. I personally love how it looks. The rear tires are all meat, and the front tires are all show, I guess. But they're wrapped in Michelin, so they're sticky, and I can corner pretty nicely. But that's not what this car is all about. That's what it was hard to get out of that mindset, you know, coming from an Evo 8 with 400 all-wheel horsepower into a 250 horsepower brake horsepower, not even wheel, rear-wheel drive, wannabe sports car. You know, the 3 Series, unless you get the M3 or the 335, it's not really a sports car. So that's what I got, and I drive this thing, or I used to drive it like my Evo, but I don't anymore because I've realized it's not an Evo, and it's not meant to be driven like that. It's literally, it's 10 times comfier than my Evo. It has the sport seats, so it still hugs you. They're not Recaros, but they do have very comfy sport seats that have the little airbags inside, what is it called, lumbar, or the lumbars in the middle of your back, and also the side rests blow up with air to tighten it on your back, and they deflate if you want it a little looser feeling. And that's in both seats, dual power seats. It's pretty awesome. Push button start, if you didn't notice already, sitting right here, and keyless everything. Yes, I've got a keyhole, but I don't need to stick it in because I've got what's called comfort access. Comfort access is pretty much modern day keyless entry, where you keep the key in your pocket. There's sensors inside of the door handle where all I got to do is put my hand inside the door handle and the doors automatically unlock because it senses the key in my pocket, and I'm able to open the door. And then, as well as locking, you know, there's a little portion on the door handle where I just touch it and it locks, and that's pretty awesome. I've never had a car, even though this car is only 2 years newer than my Evo. I mean, the Evo is basic, like, you're not expecting something like comfort access on an Evo, but yeah, I get in, pushing the clutch, hit the start button, engine starts up. It's pretty awesome. It's got power folding mirrors, 4, what's it called, all window auto down, auto up. I don't know if that's really a feature or what, but all I gotta do is one click down, one click up for all 4 windows, so that's fun. Like, not only did I hyper research the maintenance issues and all of that with BMW, but I also learned about coding. Not coding as in web developer, what I do with my 9 to 5, but coding as in getting into the computer's ECU and unlocking certain features that only come on like a European model BMW. Features like comfort open and comfort close. What that means, I can open all my windows from my remote control. That's unlocked from the factory in American BMWs, but you can't close all your windows from the remote control because I guess it's like a safety hazard in America, or it's considered a safety risk. So they don't enable that in the ECU, but it's an option in there. So what I did, I learned about coding. I got the little OBD cable that connects to my computer. I downloaded all the software to code BMWs, and now I'm able to unlock certain features like that, where I can roll my windows down with the remote or the key fob, and I can roll them back up. And that's kind of pointless, but cool in the same sense. My daughter gets a kick out of it when we go to a car show, and she likes to just jump around in the car and dance. So I'll unlock the car and roll down all the windows because it's, you know, middle of the summer. So we let the heat out and she can get in here and dance. And then I'm gonna say, Hazel, sit in your seat, and I'll close all the windows. And she gets closed in, and she thinks it's magic, so it's fun, and I have fun with it in that way. But it's pretty pointless. Power folding mirrors, those also open and close when I unlock the car and lock the car. So that's fun. And I got you guys attached to the sunroof. It's power sliding sunroof, whatever. Tilt up, slide open. What else do you guys want to know? I've already been talking for way too long. Hopefully I still got some viewers interested in what I'm talking about, because I don't know if I can check my little GoPro screen. You guys can't really see where I'm driving, so you're just listening to me talk and watching me sit in 6th gear cruise down the highway. My dashboard's pretty cool. I didn't have this on the Evo or any other car that I've owned. I've got a real-time miles per gallon estimator. So there's a little dial. I think it's directly attached to the throttle position sensor, because that's what it really seems like it does. But there's a little needle in there that goes up and down from like 60 miles per gallon all the way down to 12 miles per gallon. Depending on how much I push the gas, that needle rises and falls. But there is also obviously like computer stuff that I never had in any cars, because I just loved Evos. So Evos were not comfort creature cars. This has a lot of comfort creature features. So it's got my miles per gallon estimated in the little screen in the center, and I can look at how much fuel or how much range I've got in my tank. A feature I unlocked for the American BMW or whatever is a digital speedometer, which doesn't come from the factory on this generation or this year e90. So I've got that unlocked, and then average speed, which is really like, why do I care what the average speed of my car is? I don't know. It has it. I've been talking for 19 minutes. Hopefully this video isn't 19 minutes long for your sake. But if it is, awesome. I don't expect a lot of people to watch it, because there isn't much to it. So I think I'm going to end it there. Oh, I guess I could talk about the entertainment center. You can't really see it. It's in the dark shadow here. But I do have the upgraded, like, I don't know how many speakers there are. Like 8 speakers, or not 10 speakers. Harman Kardon professional audio system. So, like, a lot of people complain that the E90s didn't come with quality speakers and a quality sound system. Well, this one did. The only thing that it's missing from the sound system is the factory option, which is the 6-disc CD changer. But this thing has 2 subwoofers, or 1 subwoofer underneath one of the seats here, and it sounds great. It's nice and bassy, if that's a word, and there are also great trebles. I've got tweeters in the door pillars here. It's been a great car, and it's comfy. I mean, it's no Evo, but it's not bad to look at, and it's fun to drive, because I made sure to get at least a manual transmission. That's all I wanted to keep from selling a true sports car, or sports, I don't know, an enthusiast vehicle, to something that is just a cruiser that people don't really see as a sports car. I don't see it as a sports car. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys there. That was 20 minutes of straight talk, and that's it. So hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate anybody and all of you who stuck around and listened to me rant. It's not really a rant, but listen to me talk about informed stuff with the new car that I got, which you guys saw I got a long time ago. I released a little teaser saying I got a new car, blah blah blah, and just haven't gotten around to making a little review video or reveal video. So here's some more information on my new car. Hope you guys stick around, stay subscribed. There will be content coming every now and then. I can grab the camera, film, and actually edit it. So stick around, guys. If you're new to the channel, I used to own an e90 with 400 horsepower, and now I own a BMW 330 with 250. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Normally there would be like some sort of extreme high revving pull right here to end the video or whatever, but this car's boring and it's quiet and it's stock, so you're left with just this. See ya.